The Corus Caring Hearts Radiothon is Thursday, and I'm joined now by Amy Gillespie from the Cornwall Community Hospital Foundation. Welcome back to the show, Amy.
Thanks so much, Gabe.
All right, so as I alluded to, the big day's coming up. Let's talk about what you're looking forward to.
So I think there's a lot to look forward to, even in terms of having the event, period, because of course we were supposed to have our Radiothon April this past year, but the pandemic had different plans for us. So, we have moved to a more virtual type of situation, and we'll be able to work together with our community to raise funds to support our hospital throughout the duration of the pandemic. We are extremely excited for tomorrow.
Absolutely, and a big shout out to the folks at Corus. We spoke with Shannon Lebrun a couple weeks back about the event, but the way that they were able to pivot and put this and pull this off is truly amazing.
Honestly, and I've said this to that team, but we've been working together so long that in some ways we feel like extensions of our team. And a thank you to Kojco as well, because I know you guys have provided us our call-in line. But Corus has really pulled out all the stops to make sure that our community can help out. Radiothon is, the Corus Caring Hearts Radiothon is our largest fundraiser of the year. So the fact that they've made these changes for us has been exceptionally helpful, and we're very grateful.
And before we talk about where this year's money is going to go, I always like to talk about past successes because the evidence is there at our hospital right now of what this Radiothon has done over the years.
Absolutely. So, and I think a really interesting note is to think about last year's Radiothon. So that was our 13th annual, and it was actually the second most popular one. As these things go on over the years, you wonder, is this still resonating? But last year we were able to raise over $150,000 towards a new mammography machine. And by the end of our fiscal this past March, together with the community, we raised enough funds, and the hospital is now in purchasing mode to bring that new machine to our community. So I think it's an example of how Radiothon works, but also between our sponsors and our wonderful donors across the community, all the great things we can do together.
And we say it time and time again, just how generous the community is.
Honestly, it is really humbling, I think, to see all the effort that people put in. And our hospital does cover SDG and Akwesasne, although it's called the Cornwall Community Hospital Foundation and Cornwall Community Hospital. So we just really appreciate everyone who comes together in support of local healthcare, and we're really grateful for that.
All right, so this year, again, like everything else, not only has the event had to pivot to COVID-19, but I believe the fundraising will be going towards COVID-19 preparations and things like that to make sure that our hospital is ready and able to meet the needs, whatever those may be in the future.
That's right, and I think it's important to look at the pandemic like a marathon and not a sprint. So certainly we were surprised. No one could have predicted what was going on this past March. The amount of changes our hospital has made has been an unexpected $1 million locally to put all the things in place to date that we need to keep people safe. We have been lucky so far not to have the same levels of cases that elsewhere has had, but we have had them. And it's so important through the duration of this that we remain prepared. And I think not a lot of people also realize that we have the only ventilator capacity in Cornwall outside of the Ottawa region, or outside of Ottawa in our region. So, we just had a grateful patient who shared her story this week that she spent 3.5 weeks in a coma in our critical care unit. And she thanks the hospital for saving her life. So truly, this is something that we will continue to need equipment for, particularly because they call it the novel coronavirus, which means it's so new. We are learning daily about this. And as things shift, as they change, we need to be prepared to make sure our local patients, staff, physicians, and community is kept safe.
Yeah, absolutely, that's what it's all about. So we know that some parts of the Radiothon will be the same. You tune into Boom 1019 or Fresh Radio, and you make a phone call with your donation. But there's a lot of other ways to donate as well. So let's go through some of the ways that people can support the Radiothon.
Absolutely. So, an easy way, aside from using the Kachko call-in line that day, is certainly going onto our website, cornwallhospitalfoundation.ca, and you can do an online donation that way. And also, we have some amazing local businesses who are working with us to provide 6 drop-off locations from Ingleside to Lancaster. So everything from Roseau Insurance in Lancaster, you can drop off your donation, to Dairy Queen, which is our title sponsor. And actually at Dairy Queen, not only can you top up at their drive-through, but if you decide to get a cotton candy dip cone, all of those funds go straight to the hospital for the day. Starbucks Cornwall, Remax Cornwall, as well as O'Neill's Pub and Fines Home Hardware. So people can kind of do these drop-off donations across our catchment district of SDG. And just a reminder that anyone who donates, no matter how they donate, as long as we have your contact information, we will provide receipts for everyone over $20. It's going to be a great day tomorrow.
Absolutely, we're very much looking forward to a great Radiothon, new and improved, we'll say, in this new format that's really adapted to these trying times. But again, we know that the community support is going to be on full display, and we can't wait to see the final total. And of course, we'll be following up with you and Shannon in a later show about that. So thank you so much for joining me for this segment, Amy.
Thank you so much, Gabe. I appreciate it.